Welcome, everyone, to Ferriphobe Campaign 2, Episode 27. My name is Sam Lander. I'll be your GM, and I have some players.
Good evening, my name is Lumi. My name is Zero, playing Lumi, the Circle of Stars Druid.
Hi, my name is Valric, playing Elros, the Battlemaster Fighter.
Suda, you're muted.
You muted.
Oh gosh, dang frickin'. Hi, I'm Suda playing Risha the Rogue. I clearly don't have the brain cell today, so you make a witty comeback.
Hello, I am Sadie playing Zari, the barbarian.
Oh, and I'm Ashes. I play Eberkeet, the wizard, who has dreams,
Shared dreams.
but not really goals.
So during some downtime while you guys worked to stabilize the village of Miva in order to last there long term, Anya came up to Lumi to request a spell cast upon herself, which almost worked the way she wanted it to, but in the end was unable to free her from her human form and just killed her human form instead. A conversation with the fully brass dragon afterwards led to some insights into her past and some dragon stuff. And at the end of that time, you guys found yourself awake in a dream and had some stuff happened that predicts the future, of which Eberkeet was able to get a little more information than she has been able to in the past, possibly through the helps of some friends preventing a dragon from killing her in her sleep. And we wake up with you all very early morning, on the morning of the 22nd of Fire Opal, having prepared the night before to leave this morning in order to make it back to Haifa before the month, or at the month of Snowflake Obsidian. It is still raining, judging by the the drum of the rain on the roof of wherever you're staying.
So Zari wakes with a very sudden start, sitting up wherever she's sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
and is breathing heavily and trying to catch her breath and make sense of what just happened.
A few moments after you get your brain fog cleared, Zari, you hear Eberkeet call out as they are awoken. The rest of you sleeping as well. I'm gonna GM Fiat that you all sleep in the Griffin. The rest of you hear Eberkeet call out as well, and as you're clearing out the sleep, the dream, it becomes progressively more vague. Except for Eberkeet, of course.
Zari pulls out a piece of paper and tries to write down whatever she can remember in this fleeting moment of the dream.
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, not Zari's best stat.
Or saving throw. 12. You think you do not have confidence that you have it down all right, but you do remember the rain and the fact that your friends were there and all a little confused, and there were dragons? Question mark?
2 dragons.
2 dragons, multiple dragons.
Okay. That's the key thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Zari gets up and goes to see if everyone else is okay. Goes to Iberkeet first.
Iberkeet, you don't realize you screamed when you awoke. But you have perfect clarity in this dream for the next 5-ish minutes, and then you know that from past experience this will start fading out.
Okay. Remind me again. What did I see? When I did the true sight.
You saw that the dragons weren't the focus of the importance of the dream, other than
Right.
the instance of one of them dying, is what causes. Well, it feels like the world to end, but bad things. And you saw that dragon died when hit by a beam cast from a wand, held in Georgie's hand.
From the top of the
Yeah,
castle.
from the castle.
Keep.
Yeah. All right. We have to go after Georgie.
You hear Zari as you come up to Iberkeet.
Iberkeet, you okay?
Mostly.
Did we just share a dream? And I'm not dreaming that we just shared a dream.
I grab her by the shoulders and go, did you see that too?
Yes.
It's never happened before.
Yes, there was all of us there. We were in Haifa. There was water all on the ground, and there were 2 dragons. Were there 2 dragons in your dream?
Yes, and Georgie killed one of them, and that was the end.
Okay, well, let's get the others up and send Cryor to round up the important peoples, which is Amari, Anya, and
Dearmont?
not Dearmont.
Arby?
Arpy, yes, Arpy, and maybe Entreata.
Yeah, probably for help with understanding interpretations of dreams.
Yep. Okay.
Risha, you experienced this dream, and being Risha, you are like, meh, roll back over to go to sleep. And there is this insistent singing in the back of your head. Get up.
Would you
Get up.
all quit
It's
singing?
time to get up. Get up and
No,
talk to your
it's
friends.
nap
Get up.
time.
Get up. It's time to get up. Get up and talk to your friends. And it's just that repeating off key in the back of your head until you are fully awake.
Gaius, if you don't shut it, I will throw you against the wall.
Defenestrate.
Defenestrated skull.
Risha, get up.
Sorry, not you two. It's already bad enough they're singing at me. Okay, I'm up. I'm up. I'm
And
up.
the voice goes quiet. Lumi, you give me an intelligence saving throw, please, Lumi. Actually, everybody give me one to see how well you remember your dream. Elros, you're awake. You don't know why. Ibrakeet, you got this. Lumi, you have the vague sense. Risha, you have a better sense. Like you understand that the dream existed, that you were in it, and that there were two dragons.
I remember my other friends were there and a dragon or something.
Yeah. Elros,
The-
you're just awake as you see Lumi blearily walking past you.
Oh, good morning. It's kind of early, isn't it?
Yeah, that was new. Hold on.
What are you talking about?
Uh, get some clothes on and go meet with the girls. That was new. Hmm.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go downstairs and have an early morning ale.
Got a killer headache.
You know, the best fix.
More
We will
medicine.
continue to the girls' room and just stand in the doorway going, that was new.
For you, maybe.
Have any of us ever been in your dreams, Risha?
Well, I guess not.
Okay. New experience then. Okay.
Wait,
Get,
what?
get, we all just shared a dream. You were there too.
The one where Anya was tap dancing?
Oh, the mental image. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Inspiration, Valric.
Elros, I don't even want. I don't even want to know.
Or the slapping contest I had with Zori. That was a pretty good one.
No. I think we were in Haifa. Anya was there, maybe. I'm not sure.
There were
Yeah, she
two
was tap
dragons
dancing.
Bleary-eyed, like poof-haired, like sleep. Like Anya apparently does not sleep steady because her hair is like large. Is blinking at you. What? Why am? Why was I? Buildings. There was something about buildings.
Oh, you were in the dream too. Good.
Uh, there was a buildings. Um, you look over and Anya's bed is wrecked. Like splinters. Okay. Do we have any coffee left? Sorry. Do we have any coffee left?
Not sure. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna confiscate 2 pots worth.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, but do you want some for yourself?
Yeah.
She smirks and heads back into the like, this is early morning, but the cooks have started to get the cut oats to like start them cooking, start breakfast service. It's not really breakfast service, but you understand.
Continental breakfast.
Yeah. Cryor.
Louis will plod down and argue with the chefs about coffee.
Cryor, meanwhile, heads off and gathers up notable NPCs who, as they stumble in day clothes about 15 minutes later, it's early morning. All right, so what's this about a dream?
Okay, last night, we've been comparing notes. Don't listen to Elros about a tap dancing dragon. Um,
She was really good at it.
Eyebrow.
um, we all of us, including Anya, shared a dream last night. I believe through Eberkeit's portentous abilities. Um, we were in Haifa. The streets were flooded, and there were two dragons. One of them being Anya, another one being another brass dragon, uh, another brass dragon, possibly related to Anya. Um, and and Eberkeet specifically saw uh the not Anya dragon uh get killed by a magical beam fired from a wand that was being held by Georgie on top of the keep of Haifa. Did I get everything, Eberkeet?
Everything pertinent. Oh, except for the part where everything ended after that.
Lot of stares. Intrida is looking thoughtful. Everybody else is staring at you, Zari.
So I think the first question that should be asked is, Anya, are you sure you don't have any relatives nearby?
I mean, I have relatives. I don't know why they'd be nearby though. Especially not a brass dragon. This is not this is not a pleasant part of the world for us. I don't know if you've met me, but rain falling from the sky is a bit abnormal to what we would really like.
Well, this is abnormal for us as well.
Well, fair enough. I mean, there are probably a couple dozen brass dragons. You said they looked like me.
They looked similar enough to you that Lumi made the assumption that they are related to you.
Well, how big were they?
Slightly smaller than you?
Uh, everybody give me an insight check, please. Anya is schooling her her. I need her to give that. Anybody who exceeds an 8 an 11, that would be Zari, Eberkeet, Elros, Lumi. Holy dear God. Okay.
I'm not awake enough for this.
So Risha, you missed this. So Zari, Eberkeet, Elros, you see Anya school her expression, but micro expressions are concerned. Lumi, you think that Anya might have guessed who the other dragon might be and is trying to hide that fact.
I just glare in her direction.
She seeing this, she glares right back. Being
So Anya,
yeah.
who is it?
I don't know what you mean, she says, lying through her many teeth.
Methinks you have a good idea, at least.
Give me your persuasion, please, if you would be so kind.
Can I do an aid by exclaiming, Anya, in the dream, this other dragon dies. If we know who it is, we can get to them and we can save them. We can keep them alive.
Go ahead and take your advantage then, Lumi.
Or kill them early, if that's what's needed.
Okay, so don't go killing my daughter early. That would be very mean. I mean, maybe my daughter. How much smaller did you say she was, or they were, the other dragon?
slightly smaller. Still, still, still huge, but not as big as you. They had Lumi, didn't you say they had a missing little wing claw?
The details like that, GM doesn't remember.
They had some sort of injury to their wing, but they were
Right.
still able to fly.
Right. Hold on a second. I gotta whisper something to Lumi.
This is why you watch past episodes.
Right? I wish I should do that. All right. Sorry. It's I can't multitask language skills. So, what did you say, Leopard? Oh, right. I think you are correct. There was some injury. Anya says, "Look, I don't know why my daughter'd be here. Doesn't make any sense. She has no reason to look for me. She has no reason to be here. She should be in the southern desert somewhere. Like, either that or..." She pauses, obviously editing some internal speech, and then goes, "Either way, here? Why would she be here?"
Well, in the first dream Iberkeet had, they said that the dragon, that the dragon was looking for the dragon shards of your father. Could your daughter be here looking for the dragon shards of your father? Since you didn't know about them, could she know about them?
So, we... hold on a second.
Just Lumi disrupting the GM with questions.
Yeah, she goes, "Well, okay, so... generally speaking, if there's a bunch of dragon shards being sold somewhere, somebody will come and go collect them if they can. But usually you don't use somebody related to, unless she doesn't know. Usually you send somebody who's dispassionate about the person who died, because it's a little cruel to make you go collect the pieces of your father or mother or child.
Relative.
So I have a feeling, I have a couple feelings who's doing this might be, but either way, she has to have been around a while. I don't know, but it's, if that's who it is, that's probably what she's doing, is recollecting the pieces of her grandfather. She may not know that yet.
If we took you to Haifa and she was there, would you be able to detect her, smell her?
Lumi, as you start describing this person, Anya just kind of shrinks. She puts her hood up and she kind of shrinks back in and is quietly saying no to herself. She checks out for a minute. It just has completely missed your question, sorry.
I think I saw Anya's daughter when I was skittering about the city, trying to get better at noticing things.
One or two important things about that time. She was both looking disheveled and crying.
She did not look like. Did she look worse than Anya was when we found her?
Oh no, she was way better than that.
Not the emaciation, but the keeping her clothes clean and intact.
So, Anya's clothes are threadbare through wear, through many years of long wear, but she keeps them immaculately clean through magic, specifically prestidigitation. The person you saw, was not clean. Their clothes were relatively new, but dirty.
Dirty, scuffed,
Right.
some minor rips and tears. Nothing like ages on the street would do, but a couple of nights on the wrong side of town might do.
Or a month sleeping rough outside of the city, or two.
Yeah. So, yeah, she was crying and she was exhibiting symptoms of free camping, like or possibly tenting, but just out in the woods outside town, mayhaps.
Anya's checked out. You're not getting much from her. Intrida looks at Eberkeet and goes, "You shared this dream with," and she waves at the remainder of you guys.
Yeah, I remember I think we were all there, and there were dragons. That's about my recollection, but that was a new experience.
Yes, that was new.
This means that you all are tied together in this. Whatever you do, positive or negative or indifferent, your fate is whatever happens to in the end, whatever happens to one of you will happen to all of you. At least that's what I think. Somebody out there is telling you something.
Great messages from the universe. Just what we need. Okay, so we have another goal for when we go back to Haifa. Amari, what evidence would we need to get in order for you to be able to make an arrest of Georgie for being in a cult?
Boy, it's gonna have to be physical evidence that can't be faked through magic, and short of her, they take a couple of breaths to like think. Georgie isn't the judge or isn't a judge in town, but she is the the commander of the entire guard force. Short of her doing something with the noble house witnessing it, or the judiciary, somebody in the relatively powerful in the judiciary witnessing it, I don't know. There, if you can find evidence, it may have to be enough to bring her to justice outside of Haifa. I don't mean killing her. Looking, she says. They say looking at Risha.
What? I wasn't thinking that.
I was
Maybe
thinking
a
that.
few fingers or toes.
But somebody who is in the position that Georgie is in a position of great trust, and it would have to be some evidence that you could convince a paladin, somebody who's outside of the power structures of Haifa, at least, to know. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it won't be easy.
Are there spells that can identify who uh, who an object belongs to?
And Trita says, yeah, you can use Scry to do that. If you have an object from a person and Scry using the object, it will show you the person who's most tightly associated with the object.
So maybe if we got that wand?
If it's as powerful as you are implying, and Georgie has been attuned to it for some amount of time, longer than any other recent people attuned to it, then yes, that would work.
Okay, so priorities. When we get back to Haifa, find the dragon shards we know about, steal them from their locations, set back the cult's plans. They can't have very many more dragon shards to replace them, and if we get the ones that we know about, they'll have to replace those again. Next step, if we can, find Anya's daughter. And
yeah, that
either,
part's the part that's important to me.
Yes, it's important to me as well, because we don't want anyone to die here.
I mean, I'll eat the troublesome commander of the watch if you want me to.
Let's wait till after Judgment done.
Well, fair enough.
Third goal is find evidence to prove Georgie is associated with the cult. Possibly get that wand away from her.
RP says, yeah, the wand seems like the best idea. If nothing else, it seems like that's related to the, as Iberkeet so colorfully put it, the end of everything. Perhaps without that, she can't do what she plans on doing.
Create more dragon shards by traumatically killing a dragon?
Yes.
Well, that, and if everything ends, how are we supposed to spend the 20,000 brass we're gonna go liberate?
RP looks at you. Where are you going to liberate 20,000 brass?
You didn't hear me say anything.
I'm pretty sure I did. Relatively certain. Please don't steal. Don't steal from the guild. The guild doesn't appreciate that.
It's not from the guild.
Risha just for a bit. Also, I put forth a more visible thing in Roll20 chat.
Check to see if Lumi has heard of legend lore. What level is legend lore?
5th.
Arcana. Yes, you've heard of legend lore. And you know approximately what it does.
Legend lore could be used to figure out things about an object, like who wielded it, who made it, stuff like that. It's a rather hefty spell, though.
Anya looks at Ibrahit. I think it's in your wheelhouse, though. Yes?
Yes, but I don't know anyone powerful enough to cast that.
Fair enough. We'll just have to acquire a spell or a scroll of it and then have you cast it if we need it.
Also, guards or authorities in the even larger cities might be able to do something about that.
Yeah, if we can take her to some place that's actually got some people in it, maybe that'll be a place where we can find legend lore and other things. Wait, how big did you say that Haifa was?
I described the size. I've lost train as a player. It was about like a couple thousand.
So it was around 10,000 until the death of Miva, which it became around 12,000.
Yeah, so about 10 to 12,000, depending on who you ask. Because depending on who you ask, they might say that the refugees are proper inhabitants, or they might say they're not.
Wait, you're telling me that your big city, your big center of civilization is like 10,000 people?
No, there's a bigger city on the coast that is
Okay, well that's reassuring then.
upward of what, 50,000?
Yeah, that's about around where it's at. Okay, so moderate sized town, got it. All right, well, I'm pretty sure you were gonna bring me along before, but you're not gonna stop me, so we should be going soon, right? If we want to get there.
Yes, we're leaving. We should be heading out by about noon, I guess. We want to try to get there on the the night of the 28th.
Well, you're gonna have to lead the way, cause I don't know where I'm going. This is the first time I've been here.
Yeah, we got that covered. Food. What to do? You're of the hungry sort.
Amari goes, let me talk to shoot. The leader of this place.
Dearmont?
Dearmont. I'll get you some supplies. Should be enough food for most of you. They say, looking at Anya.
We can probably find some wild game for Anya on the way as well.
Anya nods, agreeing. RP goes, 1 tent or 7? Sorry, 2 tents or 7?
Lumi will defer that decision to others, but will ask RP if they have a drawing of Caitlin.
Yeah, we have the wanted poster. I still have the wanted poster, and she goes back into her office and comes back out with drawings from all of them.
Are they individual, like big size, or are they a group?
Yeah, they're
Small.
individual, like big size. There's also a
Uh,
group one, but
I will dig out the Caitlyn one and show it to Anya and ask, does this one look familiar, or is it just a wicked coincidence that a lot of family traits except some bone structure is there?
I mean, I don't recognize her. The she's not. I'd have to see her grin. The grin is the real tell, you know. And Anya smiles, but it's less of a smile and more just 50
Baring
teeth bared. Yeah, a grin like this.
Right. Well, thanks anyway, RP, and we'll fold and give back the pictures.
RP says, you know that they're no longer wanted, right?
Yeah, I just wondered. Just had a call it a hunch,
All right.
but not sure if how to process hunch at the moment.
Oh, they're still very much wanted by us.
And he goes, it'd be a little weird if a dragonkin, either a full dragon or partial dragon, was in amongst all this plot, and what with the dragon shards being used, considering it'd be like using bones and pieces of your ancestors for spell. Oh right, necromancy.
Yeah, I was about to say, just there are necromancers about. Yeah.
Well, that's not reassuring. So if you're looking for a dragon on the other side, then there might be one if they're completely lost to their senses.
Yeah, as I said, it was a hunch. I'm not sure how to process at the moment.
Okay, so I think that's all Zari has. Zari has questions and concerns about, and we'll go and pack supplies.
Okay. RP supplies you guys with tents, which Anya takes from you and puts into her backpack. Which is probably for the best because it's hard to carry a tent. Like it's a lot of bulk. Valric, as you're getting ready to go, one of the people you've been training knocks at the door frame of wherever you're at. I should give this person a name. I should find my random name generator. I don't like those names. Regenerate.
Refresh.
Okay. For those of you who speak more languages than me, how would you say this name? Ladek?
Proposing Flodek.
Flodek?
The W more of an F sound.
Okay. So Flodek is their name. And it looks like they have a question for you. But they're not confident to start talking.
Hey, what's going on, Vladek? What do you need?
You're coming back, right?
Yeah, of course, we're all coming back.
Because I heard tale of bad things. Something about a dream happening.
The tap dancing was not that bad.
This is the GM having, not the NPC. They look progressively more concerned, or a little more concerned. Says, I appreciate what you've been doing. I feel like I could take on a Boulette, and I couldn't before you started training me. So, just you're coming back, right?
I have no other plans but to come back.
They offer their hand to you. Like,
I put it there.
all right. Promise. And they head off.
Don't skip out on training.
But nobody's as good a trainer as you are. And I won't.
Make those gains.
Get swole!
Yeah, I'll go back to getting ready.
All right. All right. If nobody has anything else, when are you guys actually leaving? Still morning, noon, evening?
We will probably push for still morning, barely.
Zari's aiming for leaving at noon.
Okay. Probably earlier than Zari wants to leave, but later than Zumi. The Zumi? Lumi is pushing for it. You guys head out. It is Sunday, the 22nd. All right. So, first 8 hours of travel will get you into fairly well. No, it'll get you to about sunset, because of the time of year it is. Little after sunset. Who is leading this first leg of the journey for survival roll?
I can do one check at the +8.
With a 20. All right. So you guys make pretty good time. It's really hard to tell how late it is until it suddenly kind of goes dark, because just perpetual gray sky, not really heavy rain. Not like pouring rain, but definitely the kind of soaking rain where you're super glad that your cloaks are mostly waterproof, and your shoulders are still wet at the end of the day, despite that. So, it is evening. Could I get a evening of the 22nd? Could I get a D20 roll, please?
Sure.
3. Okay. Could I get somebody to roll me a D6? Four. All right.
Just clarification. We have had a long rest.
Yes, you have had a long rest. You spent the last week, the 15th through the 21st, doing that. All right. Risha. As everybody is making camp, you get distracted by the voices in your head, and you wander off a little bit. Could I get from you a reflex saving throw, please? As you are walking, you feel a sharp pain in, like, your ankle, and you look down, and there is a snake attached to you. Please take, I think this is it. No, that is not it. Hold on, please. That one. Haha. No. How is poisonous snake not just a thing that comes up? Fire snake, constrictor snake, poisonous snake. Haha. Please take. Sorry, 6 points of poison damage, and make a Constitution saving throw, please. You are not poisoned, but you have been bit.
You little bugger.
The snake like releases from you, curls itself up, and a very like uncertain your Eldritch Blast misses entirely. Everybody else give me a perception check, please. Lumi's good. So is Eberkeet. So anybody with above a 15 perception hear the sound and see Risha about 60 feet away, staring at something. 15 to hit you, Risha?
15 ties.
15 will do it then. So you take 1 piercing and 6 poison damage and need to make another DC 10 Constitution save.
You little bugger.
So you are poisoned.
Fantastic.
Your turn.
Yep, we're throwing both at this time.
A 9
Wow.
will miss. 20 will hit, and just as your friends come up, you blast the head off of this snake.
Just when I thought it was safe to argue the semantics of, or the application of powdered mammoth tusk, this little shite decides it's okay to poison me. Lumi, I think I need... And collapses.
I will use healer kit on. It's the cheapest one. Plus your level, so yay.
So heal 10. It's 11.
11.
So that's most of the poison damage you took.
Yep.
A few minutes later, you with Lumi's assistance, you have recovered from the poison, feeling very green, like ill, but otherwise able to work.
Sorry, please tell me there's enough of that thing to eat. I need some revenge.
I mean, you blew half of it up, but I can try.
It's not bug.
Next time, poisonous centipede. All right. All right.
Scorpion.
Who is taking what watch?
But I sleep off poison.
Zari takes first watch.
Okay.
I'll jump for second.
Okay.
I'll go third with fourth getting a flyer to help with as well as me.
Okay.
So perception.
Yep. Okay. Zari, other than the fact that you can't seem to keep a campfire going because of the rain, and the sound of the rain on the tents, nothing much happens during your watch.
Zara's like, tea's going to be difficult in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Like every piece of fuel that you don't have inside of something is completely soaked. Right. Second watch.
Is that Risha? Someone needs to roll.
All right.
No, it was me. Is perception, right?
Yep. Risha's sleeping off the poison. Yes. With a 22. In the middle of your watch, you hear all of your friends who are asleep cry out and then quickly fall back to sleep. As if they never quite awoke from the nightmare, but were definitely never fully awoke from the nightmare, but definitely had that startle awake that you get from a nightmare. And quiet then reigns afterwards. By now, the fire is completely out. But
I'll see if I can get a few more sparks going on that. See if I can protect it from rain a little bit, so there's a little bit of light for the others.
give me a survival roll, please. $17. You're able to shelter it a little bit, probably using like your tent to block the rain from it. And you're able to get a little bit of a fire going. Mostly just coals at the bottom of soaking wet logs, but still lit. All right, third watch.
Will a flyer for 3 of the hours give me advantage, or a separate check for the flyer?
Give you advantage. $19. Again, you don't know this, but again, you hear your sleeping friends start awake and then roll over and go back to sleep.
We'll also work on keeping getting fire going with Druidcraft.
I was gonna say, you have both Druidcraft and Produce Flame is also a cantrip, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you have no trouble. Like you're using Produce Flame to dry out a log while using Druidcraft to keep it lit, or the other way around, whatever. If it wasn't constantly raining, this log would be burning good. As it is, it's smoky. All right. Fourth watch.
As Lumi goes off to bed, he will just manifest another of the owls to fly around.
Sure.
Looking for things, giving help action on this perception check.
Did we have a fourth watch, or did we just have 3 watches?
We just had 3 that I remember.
Okay, well, 3 watches works. So, you send off your final hour as your friends are waking up, appreciative, probably, especially Zari, appreciative of the fact that you somehow managed to have a fire going. Can I have everybody make a perception check, please? Oh, jeez. All right. Well, Lumi, Elrose, Lumi and Elros, you hear a ripping sound followed by Anya tumbling out of her tent. Everybody else sees Anya tumbling out of her tent, landing butt first into a puddle of mud on the road. And then there's some grumbling and some cursing at the sky in a language none of you recognize. And then she heads back into the tent.
Something got destroyed, Anya?
I wish I could swear in Irish because I want to, but I can't. So just all you hear is draconic swearing. But you're sure it's swearing by the tone, by the intonation.
I will go investigate and offer mending to fix whatever ripped.
You get a face full of feathers, in and the like there is a giant tear in the side of a pillow.
Stuff pillows back and spend a minute casting mending on the pillow.
You see her pop a candy in her mouth, and like the swearing now becomes in a language you do understand, as she like like angrily takes the pillow from you, gives you kind of a hug, sort of. It's short, but it's very strong, and then Anya goes back to like stuffing pieces of her camping gear back into her backpack. And you watch as like this pillow, which is the size of a backpack, goes into the backpack, and then her bedroll goes into her backpack, and some like, you're not exactly sure what, but another big blanket and a ground cover and the tent pole and then the tent.
Neat backpack. We'll have to consider getting a hold of one of my own.
It's called it's called a handy haversack. If you want to buy one or have one made, that's what they call it.
We'll have to remember that.
It's a haversack that's handy.
I can see with the amount of things going into the animal eye, not suspiciously, but curiously every time she stuffs something down into it, like, huh.
The last thing that goes in is like a bunch of tent stakes from the last tent you guys take down, and there's some shoving until she finally like gives up and puts it into a side pocket. Zari, you got the tea? You said something about tea.
It's a little waterlogged.
Is it hot?
Yes.
I'll take it. All right. Day 2 of traveling. Who would like to lead this? Take a shot at leading this next leg of the journey. Lumi, you may if you want to. Again.
Sorry, my leg still hurts. Carry me.
There's some minor swelling.
Backpack on front, Risha on back.
Aw.
I can try to guide us the next day as well, unless anyone else really want to. I think I have the highest survival modifier, so
You likely do. 22. All right. Could I get another D20 roll from somebody, please?
Not me.
I will do it this time.
17. All right. So the day goes on, and as you guys are setting up camp, the regular mail runner, like approaches your camp. You recognize them. It's not the same guy who delivered you the wands last week. It is the other one, because there are two that basically two people that alternate. One goes out while the other comes back, sort of thing. Oh, hey, hi. Do you mind if I join you?
I suppose so.
Safety in numbers and all that, and also, don't suppose you guys have any, dry, anything. I mean, anything, really. Do you have anything dry?
I don't think so at this point.
Only my wit.
Is that what you call your sword?
No.
Oh.
Even the swords are wet.
Well, that
Doesn't seem as dry as their sense of humor, though.
okay.
Lumi will, using magic, try to get a half-roaring fire going.
With the aid of magic, you're able to get a fire going. And the person like debates for a little bit, then gives up and takes off their shirt. And you try to use the fire to dry it out. I felt like 4 times. The roads gets treacherous up ahead. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little behind where I should be, and I'm so happy to run into you guys.
I'm suspicious this person may be a shapeshifter.
That would be an intelligence saving throw.
I'm just suspicious if he's really falling behind, or if someone paid to lie to us.
That would be an insight check.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. The road tomorrow. If you guys are heading to Haifa, right?
Little further beyond.
A little. Okay. Well, tomorrow on the road between here and there, there's a couple spots that are kind of washed out. Haifa's flooding real bad. There's the city's on like lockdown or something. I had to convince convince the guard that I wasn't going to stay in town in order to leave town, which doesn't make much sense to me. But once they knew I was heading out to Miva, they let me go. And yeah, Haifa's like on lockdown or something. It's not nobody in or out, but there's just like a ton of guards in the streets. And they're kind of questioning everybody who's out and about to make sure that they're not like they're doing things that are honest or not robbing people or I'm not 100% sure what they're doing, but there's a bunch of guards in the street.
Interesting. We'll take care to have our papers in order.
You have papers? Man, I gotta get me some papers. Do you know where I get the paper? I know where I get papers at. Okay, I'll get papers for next time I'm back. Good idea.
Who ordered the lockdown? Do you know?
City guard did, as far as I could tell, by order of. No, I think I have it in my in my pack. They like put their cloak over so they can dig into their mailbag, and filter through it, pull out a sheet of like really cheap paper. That as soon as it like gets out into the rain, starts running a little bit, but it says by order of City Watch, no, no no unapproved, no city, no travel, unapproved for unapproved reasons, and curfew at 8 p.m. And it gives a list of like, shopping, going to your job, going to pray at a temple. Like there's like a list of like 20 approved reasons. And the messenger's like, yeah. There was a bit of argument because being a mail carrier wasn't in the approved reason list, but they let me go because I wasn't going to stay in town.
Kind of weird. All of this just for some flooding.
The flooding's
the
really
river.
bad. Like they have a bunch of spots in town where they've got like sandbags set up, and some people are like manually pumping water out. The river's up over the streets, but the guard's doing a good job. There's like 50 or 60 houses that are protected from the water. Not really enough for everybody, but enough that if you need to get out of a wet house, you can.
Which part of town is this?
Kind of
Where
all
there's-
over town.
So pockets of relief
Yeah,
made.
yeah. There's a couple buildings here. There are a couple buildings there.
Zari's going to pull out the map of the spell circle where the dragon shards are.
Right.
Do these look like where the safe spots are?
Let me give them a roll. I don't know. I don't know the town that well. They're just kind of spots all over. He rolled really bad in his intelligence roll.
We can see that.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I've been doing my own watches and I'm really tired. I'd like to sleep.
Okay, you can sleep. We'll watch.
Oh God. All right. So the mail carrier goes to sleep. And I would like watch number 1, please.
I'll take last again. In the
Sorry, we'll
three.
do it again.
I can sort of do a double watch by using my abilities.
Take mid this time.
All right. Zari, other than the sound of the rain on tents and fighting to keep the fire going, your watch is uneventful. Second watch.
Do. I'm just gonna let the fire die because I have dark vision.
Fair enough.
Dark vision did not help.
And terrible rolls today.
Risha,
Has dark vision, still blind as a bat.
you find yourself staring into the dying embers of the campfire. You are in a near meditative state, and just as you feel cold, long, impossibly long fingers start massaging your scalp, the person who's taking third watch touches your shoulder and takes you out of your reverie.
Oh. Hi, Lumi. Good morning. Ish.
Did we do 3 or 4 watches this time?
Let's go with 3.
Yeah, okay. Morning, Risha. Anything happen?
Nope. I just let the fire die. It was pretty. I'm gonna go sleep now.
Yeah, go to bed. Birds out, fire's up.
Give me your advantage perception.
That's a 16 for the audience. Was a 5 on the die.
As your bird flies, going out further and further from your campsite, just to the edge of where they are able to send back information, you see in their extra keen dark vision at maybe an hour before dawn, little motes of light rising up from the north and just floating in the distance. And
Road east-west, this is north.
Correct. So the
Okay.
road is generally east and west direction. This is north. And as the sun, like as the sky lightens, you are unsure if the lights fade out or if they just are like they were very faint, or if they just are overwhelmed by the lightning of the sky.
Good to know. We'll need to. A single use of the wild shape for wild companion lasts 3 hours. So if I need to use both to cover all my watch to get that, I will. No problem.
It's 8 hours of sleep. So 3 watches would be about 3 hours each. So just one.
It'll recharge when we start getting tea anyway. So.
Right. All right. So Lumi has the fire going in the morning, Zari, similar to last night. Basically, you're pretty certain at this point if you didn't have a druid, you wouldn't have a fire.
Yep. That's why we keep him around.
Lumi, you see the mail carrier get up and like quietly work their way out of camp and head off like really early in the morning.
Towards Miva?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll probably just ask him nicely that you didn't see us.
Sure. Wait. Well, okay, sure.
This travel is too important to Lumi that we remain rather invisible.
Sure.
That even though he's going to Miva now, is just.
All right. The day dawns. It is now raining harder, and as your trip through this, I see that was Sunday, Monday. Today's Tuesday. Wait, this is day 3, right? Yes, this is day 3. As you travel into the distance, the daylight gets darker, and it goes from that kind of like very fine mist where it's raining, but you're not getting completely soaked immediately, to that like springtime continuous, like just a little heavier rain. And those of you who have extra keen senses can hear just the faintest of rumble of thunder in the distance.
All right, yeah. My bird saw some lights to the north at the end of my shift. Yes, last night. They seem to just fade away at dawn. But I'm not sure if the lights were going dim or they were just getting overpowered by dawn.
Per Lumi's description, anybody can make an religion check.
Paladin does not have that.
Iberkeet, however, does.
Nope, I'm not proficient.
We don't have to be proficient, but
Lights.
I don't know that any of you are proficient.
Nope, we lost our cleric.
Yeah.
I'm proficient in religion, but it's intelligent-based skill.
No, well, okay, fair enough. So Iberkeet, these sound like will-o'-the-wisps. Which probably means that there's a graveyard that direction.
Oh no.
Oh well, if we stay away from the graveyard, we'll stay away from them, so they don't want venturing out.
Yeah, I just try to play it off like, it's nothing. We don't need to go that way.
We're not going that way. We're going east to Haifa.
All right. Day 3, who would like to lead? And then who wants to roll me a d20?
I can lead.
Let's keep going with
Lumi?
Lumi.
Yeah, I'll roll the d20.
All right, roll me a d20. A natural 20. All right. Elros, please roll me another d20. A 2. All right.
Extreme swings today.
Yeah. So, Elros, as you guys are walking along, you find in the mud of the road that has been washed away by some light stream, a tube of leather with caps on each end.
Okay, I'll go pick it up and take off one of the caps to see what's inside.
There is a tightly wound parchment.
A map case? Zari says.
Scroll
No.
case. Lumi ponders.
I'll take a look and see if I can make sense of it.
Arcana check, please. You recognize this as a wizard's spell scroll.
Oh. Hey, Iberkeith, I got something for you.
Oh?
And I'll hand him the scroll.
Alright. I look over the scroll.
Arcana check, please. Okay.
I've got all the good rolls today.
You do have all the good rolls today. This
Portentous.
is actually you discern this is a 2 scroll spell scroll that has lightning bolt and fireball on it.
Oh. I'll just tuck that into my existing case.
Those going into the spell book relatively soon.
I can't get the materials to transcribe out here, but
You are going to a town that has said materials.
yeah. See how freely we can shop when we get there.
Well, I mean, we could always invoke the 5-figure discount, i.e. Narisha.
I love that discount. It's my favorite discount.
So yes, add a scroll of fireball and a scroll of lightning bolt to your inventory, please, Iberkeet.
Those are both third
Third.
level, yeah. Okay.
Get that natural 20 on the occurrence roll, and then roll low enough. It's a random consumable as opposed to a random permanent. All right.
Honestly, that's better for us because the wizard can use them.
Yeah. Moving forward a little bit more quickly. Much akin to the previous nights, those of you who are good at perception notice people awaken. Like, nobody seems to be getting very good sleep, but nobody's noticing it. And the nights pass otherwise without incident. All right. It is now, that was Monday, Tuesday, that was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, Lumi, give me your survival check. You guys think at this point you're actually, despite the fact that it's raining, you're making really good time, and you might, instead of getting there the evening or the middle of the night on the 28th, you might get there like midday the 28th. All right, give me a d20 roll plus somebody, please.
I'll do the survivals. I won't do the event roll.
Iberkeet, you go.
See, now that we're counting on me having the higher rolls today,
It's gonna ruin it. 4.
Also, did Iberkeet generate the portents?
Oh, yes.
oh, a good point that I forgot about.
They are very important.
It's a 15 and a 2.
Oh, that's actually really good. Like,
Yeah.
that's one of the few portents are one of the few places where you get like 2 1s and you're like, yes, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, with a 4,
Do we need to roll on a sub table?
you need to roll. Somebody roll me a d6.
Let's see. I got this one.
With a 5. All right. So you guys, as you are traveling, you get to a place, and Lumi is like, you guys are going great, and then a thunderclap happens overhead and visibility drops to near 0, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elros, you are walking on this road and you don't notice that the river has been undercutting the road, and you all hear you all hear like a zoop sound, and Elros is just gone. Nowhere visible. Elros, could I have you make a strength saving throw for me, please?
Yes.
15. All right. So you catch yourself as instead of being carried away by the river, keep your head above water, but between the thunderstorm overhead and the like crashing of the river, you're basically able to hold on for dear life. Everybody else, give me a perception check. All right. Well, Lumi, of course, gets it. Did Iberkeet give me a perception check?
Oh. No, I didn't.
So, Lumi and Iberkeet, you hone in directly on the sudden bank missing of the road that is now part of the river. And Lumi, while you don't see Elros, you know where he went, and Iberkeet, you can see like the peak of Elros's helmet out of the water.
What kind of a speed is the river moving at?
Torrential? Flood?
Whitewater speeds.
Yeah, whitewater speed.
So in excess of 60 feet per round?
Yes. Per
Elrose is in the river. I will go Warhorse or the equivalent thereof and run downstream to try and intercept.
Okay.
Lumi will just start walking semi-speedily and just like the night sky covers him and it just goes blip and out goes an animal form that takes out like the Dickens.
Da-dunk. Probably not a warhorse, probably a warvuji, but yes.
Yeah, I just the list has warhorse speed
Right.
60.
Right. Give me a perception check, Lumi. Iberkeet, you can see exactly where Elros went, and is holding on for dear life.
Okay. I send my owl to fly directly overhead of him so that the rescuers know where to look.
Lumi, between the owl and everything else, yeah, you see where Elros is holding on. Elros, athletics check. If you get above a 20, you improve your condition. If you get below a 10, you are no longer attached to the bank. 26. Lumi, as you're coming up, Elros has gotten himself about halfway out of the water, but is still like being pulled by the river.
I'll try to hook a horn near his hands and arms to give him something that moves to hook onto.
All right, that'll give Elros advantage on the next check. What's the rest of you doing?
Zari is, well, can't keep up with a warhorse, but Zari can almost do it, and is pulling out a rope to throw to Elros.
All right. You'll be able to get next round. You'll be able to give your own strength athletics check to help. Risha.
Risha is feeling fairly useless in this situation, being not so strong and soaked to the bone as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, guys. You can save him. I believe in you.
All right, Iberkeet.
Yeah, there's not really a lot I can do either, so...
All right.
Well,
Oh.
that's not true.
Okay.
I could use my one use of Alter Self per long rest to become aquatic and swim after him.
That is a true statement.
Nah,
But
I
was-
think Zari and Lumi got this.
Yeah, I was saving that for in case we need somebody to be disguised to get into the city.
All right, top of the round. Elros, you have advantage with the assistance of the strange warvuji that suddenly appeared. That has you strangely recognize as your druid friend.
It has familiar eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
18. So is not above a 20, so you don't lose any ground. But you are still being pulled. Lumi, you feel your hooves skidding in the mud as you are being slowly pulled towards the river by Elros's attempts to pull himself out. You're not in danger yet. Speaking of Lumi, though, you're up next.
He is holding onto my horn
Yeah.
fully. I could use my own strength check to try and pull back.
Go for it. Don't roll a 1.
I just need to find Warhorse in the extras.
Right. Wow. The search for D&D Beyond is so terrible. You pull, you're not making much ground, but you're not losing any ground. Zari, you have a lariat made up.
Okay.
Uh,
I throw the lariat.
okay. Make
Is
me
this a strength or is this
an attack roll.
attack roll?
I'm not going to make you roll it at disadvantage because you're not proficient, roll it with your proficiency. That's what I'm saying. Even though technically I don't know that you're proficient with lariats. 18, I believe that hits Elros's AC. So
It does.
You
even hits me.
You now may make a strength athletics check to try to pull Elros out. DC 20, you make progress. 21. Elros, you are now up onto the bank of the river. And
Well, that was unexpected.
without the actual, raging river tugging at you, Lumi and Zari are able to get you back up onto solid ground.
Thank you guys. That was didn't expect that one.
All right.
Just get a back.
Now I understand. Now I understand why people would go under lockdown in Haifa.
All right. Moving on. Mm-hmm.
3/4 of the way back to camp, I will return to Lumi form.
Ooh. Yay, good job.
All right. Day
You learned
4.
how to swim without drowning. Yay.
Yeah, let's not do any drowning around here. I'm not gonna drag you out of the river. I mean, I
That
could
was
drag
really
you out of the
dangerous.
river, but I won't.
That was really dangerous because Elros is the one with the heavier armor than the rest of us.
Yeah, he looks pretty comfortable in it. I don't
In the water or in the armor?
in the armor. Because it's a half plate, right, Valeric? So I don't think
It is a breastplate.
breastplate. So you do not have disadvantage on swim checks, right?
Not on stealth checks. I'm not for sure on the
Swim?
swimming. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. All right. Day 4. Who would like to give... Well, Lumi's going to give me the survival check. Who would like to give me the D20 roll?
Zari will.
All right. Give me your survival 14. Okay, well, that's above a 5. So no extras happen. But boy, you guys are rolling terrible on the event table. But Lumi, about midday, you realize that what you thought was road is just muddy field, and it takes a bit to find the road again because the road here, due to some like canyons, has separated out from the river a bit. So you like have to spend some time finding the river again and then finding the road from the river. You're able to do it, but it takes a couple extra hours, and you think the time that you've made up in previous days has been lost again.
Well, we're back to evening arrival, evening early night arrival. Sorry.
It was to be expected.
All right. The middle of the night on the 26th. Iberkeet, you find yourself unable to sleep. Whenever your eyes close, you see a lance of necrotic and radiant energy spring out from a tower, strike a dragon, and the world end. So you can either stay staring at the roof of your tent, or leave the tent.
I might as well go out and keep watch company.
Lumi, Iberkeet is up really early as you're fighting to keep the fire going.
Trouble sleeping?
I keep seeing things when I try to sleep.
Is it something that, regarding the dream we had together? Or I'm guessing it is because we're getting closer to Haifa and you're... I don't think any of us have been getting any good sleep, and now you're unable to sleep.
Yes. All I see now, though, is just the spear of energy striking the dragon and then end of all things.
Does not sound very nice, but then again, cults have been thorns in our sides for way too long. We need to do something to slow them down or stop them or something. I'm growing wary.
I think this is bigger than just pains in our sides.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that, but if reducing the pain in our sides also helps the rest of the world, yay, right?
Probably.
We need to get more shards out of there. I'm not sure how many they need or how big they need it to be or whatever, but we need to do what we can to get as many as we can out of the formation and out of their use.
I think we should find out why they're doing this, because someone must be benefiting from it, and that someone will try again.
I have an idea of who might be doing this. I think there is a nagging feeling in the back of my mind that says Rowan isn't just a foot soldier in the cult. Rowan might likely be the leader and the one responsible for all of the knowledge, because he seems like he wants to go back home and spite whoever spited him first.
Very much a possibility.
I'm just I will physically go over and poke Risha. Forcefully.
Ow. The brain hurt.
Well, might as well wake up and keep us company.
Is the sun up yet?
No, got a couple of hours left for that.
Okay, good. Then my eyeballs won't hurt too.
Got the fire going though, and I won't let you smother it.
I didn't smother it, I just let it die.
Yeah, just if your eyes hurt that much, look away from the fire, not at it. Fires have a tendency to almost hypnotize people.
Yeah. Yeah. They do. They really do.
Limmy will also go look for a pot to put water on the boil to get ready for morning. So at least we'll have boiling water at daybreak when everyone else gets up.
I want to, Gaius. He deserves what he's going to get.
Seems like that skull of yours is starting to get very talkative to you.
He's my best friend. Of course he is.
So...
And if you haven't picked up, it's also how Mab tends to communicate. You know, being a patron and all that.
Yeah, just so I don't have to crush it or throw it in the river.
No. Skull is perfectly fine. Gaius won't do anything to you.
Good.
Can't actually even talk. Even. It's all in my head.
I still act very wary of it.
No, I'm not going to eat their kidneys either.
You need to try one of and Lumi will list a small handful of mushrooms that have very meaty flavors to them. If you prepare them sort of right.
Fine, I'll keep him alive, but I'm not making any promises for the rest of them. I have no control over everybody else's actions. I will just do my best.
Raise an eyebrow at Risha whilst trying to tend the fire and get some water boiling.
There's a possibility Mav wants us to keep Rowan alive. Don't know why. But apparently he needs to stay alive.
Well, that aligns well with... I think Zarya said she wanted to personally escort Rowan to the fairy court. So...
Okay, well, Sorry's on board. I'm not happy about it, but I do what I'm told. Most of the time.
All right, the rest of you about this point are waking up from your sleep. Anya's tent collapses in a pile of cloth and thrashing person.
Rose will get up and help get her tent off her.
As you get the tent off of her, she is still asleep, but she is in full, like, if you've ever had a kid who is having a nightmare where they don't, the instinct where your brain locks your limbs down isn't active, where it's like full swinging fists and kicking legs and like gnashing of teeth, and yeah.
It's almost tempting to tie her up and hang her off my shoulder, you know?
Do you want to try?
Sure.
All right. Give me a strength athletics, please.
Strength and athletics?
No,
or...
athletics. Sorry, athletics check. 14. She has disadvantage because she is not awake with a night. So, despite the fact that Anya is asleep, you find yourself flung from her across the campfire and land probably into Azari, who's currently making tea for breakfast.
Oof.
Sorry.
Anya is, like all of you see at this point, Anya is still thrashing.
At first, it was just a intruding thought. Now it is a mission. Elros would roll up his sleeves and try again.
Go for it. And yet, you catch a couple of punches to the face, taking 2 damage, as Anya's unarmed strike is really, really crappy. But you manage to get her, like, not in a cruel way, but her limbs tied down, and she's still straining against it for the next 5 or so minutes, before, like, her body goes solid, and then she blinks awake.
I didn't think I was going to get breakfast and a show.
You know, I don't think I thought this completely through.
And then she goes to, like, rub the sleep out of her eyes and the rain off her face, and she's like, tug, tug, urgent tug, tug.
Lumi will
screaming
walk
tug.
up and start untying.
Um,
Just sorry, Elros tied you up because we were thrashing about threatening to take down not just your own tent, but a couple of our other tents as well.
Okay. Have you ever experienced somebody having a panic attack in any of you? Like full on
Yes.
panic attack. Okay. So if you have, you know exactly what Anya is doing right now. Like, she is in full adrenaline fight or flight. Fully awake but not rational. And she is screaming and weeping, and it is incredibly difficult to untie her for no other reason than she is not in control of her limbs.
Okay, Zari at this point comes over and Zari's not trying to untie the rope. Zari is literally cutting the rope as fast as possible because this is dangerous, and is trying to hold her, talk to her, calm her down, with a bear hug of comfort.
Okay. I would like everybody to give me a. This is a very short term, but chain action. What are they called?
Group check,
Yeah. Group skill check.
skill challenge.
Skill challenge. Thank you. That's the right term. So I would like a roll from everybody who's getting involved. What skill they're using to assist, and what they're doing to do it, as she is just panicked.
I'm using survival, going after the knots in the most efficient way possible.
All right. Okay. See what that is. You are currently untying her knots. You are able to overpower her flailing arms. Who else?
Zari is doing a persuasion and doing calming words and stroking of hair.
Okay. Persuasion 17. This would be a insight check from her. All right. So you have her. You're definitely like the panic is still there, but the flailing is calming down. Who's next?
I'll use strength just to hold the ropes, not necessarily her still, so that Lumi has easier time untying.
Okay, give me a athletics check then. Oh. So you are able to assist Lumi in his untying ability. Risha and Ibrikit.
The only thing I can think of to do is pretty high cost. And that would be cast tongues so that the others have an easier time talking her down.
Nah, don't do that. I got something for that. I'm gonna use sleight of hand and get one of her candies into her.
Okay, give me your sleight of hand. 23. This would be dexterity save.
Save the spell.
So now she is speaking. It's relatively incoherent, but it's Feyan, and it is full on like panicked. Something about being restrained has her this upset. All right. You could just try persuasion, Iberkeet, now that she can hear your language.
I mean, in character, I don't feel like that would be at all helpful.
Okay.
And possibly harmful, so, because I'm not good at talking that kind of thing.
You can just let the pass go and accept a failure.
Yeah.
At this point, though, everybody succeeded before you.
I mean, I could try to burn the ropes away. Like, she's not easily hurt by fire.
Yes.
Do I know that?
Yes. She is. You have perceived that she is essentially immune to fire.
Okay.
Even in her human form.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit the ropes with a firebolt then.
Alright. Roll your attack roll. 21. The ropes catch on fire, and the remnants of ashes are all that's remained of the last knot as those of you trying to untie her get her free. Zari, she is like a cat, like up onto your back and shoulders, and just at this point, just like panting. That recovering from panic attack, no longer in the panic attack, but still full of adrenaline stage. Your shirt is tied up against your neck and it's almost choking you, but that's just kind of from her weight, because she's like resting her entire weight on your shirt as opposed to like grabbing your shoulders.
Yeah, Zari just tries to keep calming her down with like, it's okay, you're safe, no one's hurting you, no one's gonna come get you, we'll keep you safe, it's okay, just calm down.
Her face is as open as any of you have ever seen, and it is like pure darting eyes panic, but restrained. And she says Don't ever tie me up again, no matter what I do. I'd rather you stab me through the heart. Whatever you do, don't tie me up again.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. That was completely my fault.
You couldn't have known. I'm sure you did it for the best. But she looks at where the remnants of the rope are and like picks them up and carries them to the river and flings them into the river. Just heavy breathing, like eyes doing that like sharp panic looking thing, and she just every once in a while just shudders. I suppose I owe you a story sometime. I should probably tell you why I hate the Fey Court so much. And we'll end there for the day. So, thank you to my players for playing. Thank you to everybody for watching. It has been great having you here. Bye.